Dr. Evan Chait, Kinetic Rehab and Spine. Welcome to our channel. Click the link below to subscribe, share, and like our videos. Join today, join the movement, gain access to insiders' education on how you become a better you. Welcome to your destination of health and wellness. All the best. Simply Avante. Always forward. Tanner McEvoy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I was waiting for my big introduction.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm well. How are you, Ev?
Good, man. We've known each other for how many years now?
All right. So I was thinking about this before I called. It's been a lot of years now. I was probably in 7th grade, so early 2000s, 2001-ish.
So we're going on almost 20 years.
We're pulling up on the 20-year mark pretty soon.
Wow, man. Now, do me a favor. I want the world to know who Tanner McEvoy is, right? Most of the people know you as an athlete.
Right.
I'm more impressed by who you are as a person. I've known you since you were a kid. And I've always known that you had this tenacity about you, that no matter what happened to you, whether you got knocked down or broken ankle, fractured a finger, didn't matter what it was, you always took it with a grain of salt. You always knew that, you know what, this is just temporary. This
Right.
setback is just temporary. And you've always had this victory mentality versus victimhood mentality. And where'd you get that from? Like, how did you become so tenacious and just having knowingness that life would always work out for you?
I guess it starts with the family. I mean, obviously, you know my brother, who's been an idol to me since I was a little kid. He's been 4 years older than me. He's who you went to. Well, that's how we all met you, is through him. When I was a kid, and then between like my parents just always supporting me and with football, I mean, playing sports, there's going to be so many things that kind of pop up that you can't really control. And I found that out at a young age with through injuries. And then my whole football career, I've been changing positions. I've been changing schools. I went to 3 different colleges. I played 3 different positions. I made it on an NFL team by maybe I was a undrafted rookie with a 0 signing bonus. I wasn't supposed to even make that. But like I said, like with all of that, you can't really control what you can't control. So I just always kind of put my head down and kept grinding and was just kind of just waiting for a break. And then I saw an opportunity and I would make the most of those opportunities.
What was your spark? Like, you would wake up every morning, what would you tell yourself?
I've always kind of had I just love playing ball and stuff. So it's like, if for me to keep playing, I knew that I had to keep grinding. I knew I wasn't going to be the fastest, the strongest, the biggest guy out there. But I knew I had some talent, and I knew with work ethic, I can get ahead of a lot of guys that might have a little more talent than I did. So that's really all I could really just do, was just kind of keep grinding, stay focused. And luckily, like I said, with my whole family, everyone's been so supportive, and they've kind of constructed me, I think, in the right way. So, I've just kind of tried to take advantage of all that.
And I know when you always came into our offices, even when 20 years ago, how old were you about 20 years ago? You were
I was like 12.
12, yeah. So even then, you would come in, you'd just be hilarious. You just always, do you remember the time when we had just opened up our first office and it was snowing out, and Colin picked you up, threw you outside, then locked all the doors.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what? That's fine.
Yeah.
I can find my way in.
That wasn't the first time he's locked me outside in the snow. So I've been down this road before.
You've been down that path. But I just remember distinctly, you're like, okay, fine, I can't get in this way. You ran all the way around the other end. And Colin knew you so well. He knew how adaptable, moldable, and pliable you were.
Yeah, our brains were going to the next.
Yeah, and so he sprinted back to the other end. I think you were able to get in before.
I think I was, but I didn't think I wanted to get in because he would just beat my ass once I got inside.
No.
I'm either outside in the snow being cold, or I'm inside getting my
butt kicked. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what's so incredible, I think, about who you are as a person. And I know for a fact that no matter what you do moving forward, you're going to be successful.
Yeah.
And you're always going to fail to fall forward. And that's just your tenacity, because you've been knocked down your back. As long as you can look up, you can get up. And that's just who you are as a person.
Exactly.
You know, and the people that are watching this now, what would you go back in time and tell your younger self? What's some advice you would recommend?
Younger self advice. It's tough to look back and want to change something. I don't really like trying to do that, because then it's like I'm thankful for everything that's happened, because who knows what would have happened if I did something differently. and it got me to where I'm at today, and I'm appreciative of all of that.
Mm.
But like I was saying earlier, I mean, just the thought of just not giving up. Like when I changed positions to quarterback, everyone told me there's no way I'm going to become a Division I quarterback. So I stayed there, and I was like, I took in what they said and was like, all right, you're going to tell me I'm not going to play. Well, now you just motivated me to play, and I'm not going to stop until I at least get a start under my belt. And I got a start, and then I threw a few interceptions, and then all of a sudden I was in a position. But it just motivated me. So like, as long as you just believe in yourself and just keep grinding, things are going to work out the way they're supposed to work out, and that's it.
And how did you have like a mental preparation that you would do? Would you visualize yourself doing a certain task or activity? What would you do?
Yeah, we've had sports psychiatrists come and talk to us about all this stuff, and I have done that. I do think it's actually very helpful, just kind of thinking and putting yourself in like an in-game situation of you making the big catch or you making the big tackle at the end of the game. And those visual things I've done since I was in high school or late high school, maybe more college, just because it was new to me because I didn't really know much of it in high school. But I think that has definitely helped me out throughout my career.
Yeah. And how many years you been in the league for?
So I played 3 years in the NFL, and then this past year I did a season in the XFL. So 4 professional seasons in the professional league, and then 5 in college. So
that's incredible. And I know we worked together for a long time. Can you share some of your experiences and some of the stories that you might have with the audience of things that we've done together that are memorable?
Yeah. Well, like I've said, I've known you since I was in 7th grade. So I remember I broke my leg very badly in 7th grade. I mean, my brother was older, and he went to you once or twice. So we knew this guy up in Ramsey who's supposed to be pretty good. Little did I know that I'd be using him for the next 15 years of my life. And ever since we worked hard on getting that leg back to where it was, because I was in 7th grade. I was growing like 4 inches a day. It was right above my growth plate. Like there was a lot of things that could have went wrong if we didn't handle the injury the right way. And I've never felt that leg come up again after that 1 year, after the few months physical therapy that we did. I mean, I was in a wheelchair for a while for that broken leg. So it was a good broken leg. And with your help and just really working at it, it was never an issue again. And then from then on out, any little dink or bruise, I mean, we worked together all through high school. And then in college, obviously I was bouncing around schools all around the country, but every single break that I had, I would always come home with some kind of little nagging injury, or even if I didn't have a nagging injury, I'd come in to see you. And between the acupuncture and the deep tissue stuff, like it was, if nothing was hurting, we were definitely doing a lot of preventative to avoid future injury down the road. Between all the single, I remember you used to have me doing all the single leg, all the balance stuff, a lot of stuff that none of these other guys were doing. I remember I was in high school, like doing the workouts, and I'm like, these aren't the same workouts that I was doing with my guy Ev, and like they look different, but it hits so much different parts of the body and different muscles that you don't look to really use or activate with like normal Olympic style lifting stuff. So between you and like my other guys, like doing all that stuff, it really especially gave me a leg up when I got to like that rookie year in the NFL, where I had to grind my ass off to make the team. And I've been through all these different kinds of training with you and working on that core balance stuff that you harped on so much, and all that. You used to kill me with the cardio stuff and all those stupid push-ups we had us all doing, but it works. So I mean, I've been forever grateful from all the work from you, and come back in the NFL every single time I come home for whatever week or two it was, you would put needles in me every day. And I was always super appreciative of it. You've always been super, I mean, our relationships have been great. And not only do we have a great time working together, we have a great time just hanging out. So that's some of the things that I love about my guy Ev over here.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah. There's so many great strength coaches in the NFL, and you're working with a lot of the best, I think, some of the best in the local area. And so for me, my main objective was, what are they not doing, so I can plug the holes. Right. And so I'm not going to go and do Olympic lifting if somebody else is doing it. Yeah. So my thought process was, let me create as much symmetry between left and right side. And I always had the viewpoint is, when you're running, you're never on 2 legs at the same time. So then
let me make 2 legs. Yeah.
So let me make you better on a single leg. For me, that was always common sense.
Yeah, and it makes sense. And not a lot of guys thought that too. So it's like like you said, I had the other guys doing the the back squats and all these other crazy things. But with
Which is
you,
important.
I'm like doing that slide board with like some kettlebells in my hand or something that I've never done, and it worked.
Yeah, it's the yin yang of strength training. So you need to have that balance between max strength training, like Olympic style heavy lifting, with that single leg, more the stability work. And so I think that's why you've been able to rebound so quickly, because your body's just a freak.
Yeah, yeah. With
Now,
your help.
To wrap it up, because I know your time is important, what would be your number one superpower? If you were a superhero, what would be your power?
Flying would be awesome. I would also like being able to just like teleport from one spot to the next part. Like the flying, I feel like it could get boring. Like if I got to fly to China, like I'm gonna be sitting there freezing my ass off for however many hours it takes me to fly there. But if I could teleport, I could just bounce around. I think that's probably where I'd go. I think teleportation is probably the coolest thing.
That would be.
Yeah.
I think that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't need to have to go.
I'm going to send you out some presents. I started my new product line called Vitatype. I'm going to send you out our quintessential sleep formula, which is, I don't know how your sleep is, but most people don't sleep very well. But it aids in recovery and regeneration. So I'm going to send you out my sleep formula called Vita Sleep, and Vita Omega, which is a natural anti-inflammatory.
Okay.
It has cod liver oil in it and something known as C60, which is the most potent anti-inflammatory on the planet. We've been able to merge them both together with ghee, which is clarified butter, with a peppermint flavor. So I'm going to send that out to you as a gift.
Whatever you believe in, Ev, I will try. Don't you worry. So,
all right, my friend.
All right.
Thank you so much for your time, brother.
Thanks for having me on here. I appreciate it.
And God bless you and your family.
All right. Love you, Ev. I'll talk to you soon. All right.
Bye-bye.